Peace and blessings and a whole lot of love. I know I like to joke around with this sage. Wouldn't it be nice if I can just smoke this? But anyway, I had a sage. I already did that. So I decided to just come around down here and get on my laptop and make a video and play around with my oracle cards that I love doing. And I have 5 decks. And I decided to shuffle each deck and draw me a card and do a reading on myself. The first card is Butterfly from the Butterfly Oracle card deck. Then it's Moonology. Then the Life Purpose card. Then your Daily Guidance from your Angels. And then Trust Your Vibe. So the first card is Join In. So let me go to the book and find what that means. You are being called to push past shyness and meet new people. Although you might not think of yourself as sociable, it's time to take action and get acquainted with like-minded friends and associates. Your social fears stem from spending time with insensitive people, and you'll benefit from connecting with gentle and kind individuals like yourself. You receive this card because in order to meet these new friends, you'll need to join in. That means literally joining in person, not online or virtual, class or group so that you can network with others. Joining in also entails introducing yourself at these groups and having conversations. This positive change in your social life will open new doors for you in other areas. Additional meanings: do charity work, join a spiritual religious group, align with your belief, and commit to a relationship. So when I think about that card, I don't have a fear of social or being social. I am a social person, but I am an introvert, which means I require a lot of alone time, and I like to be around very few to none people. So the only thing that I can get from that card is I am have committed to a relationship, and maybe me joining a spiritual group that aligns with my spiritual belief may be beneficial to me because it would just help me to learn more in that sense. The second card is be bold and make the first move. Be bold and make the first move. Now it's time to be bold, even sassy. No, now it's time to be bold, bossy even. Take matters into your own hands. Cardinal signs are powerful and self-starting. They are determined and great at organizing. Drawing this card strongly suggests that you're going to need to be all those things to get your idea, resolution, or position in a situation you're asking about. This card may challenge you on how strongly you really want something. If you're worried about a situation, it's a suggestion to be less passive. Instead, take an assertive stance as you steer events where you want them to go. Speak up for what you want. If you're serious about sorting things out, you may need to take the lead in some way to step up as a leader. Attuned to the moon, I am taking charge of my destiny. Additional meanings for this card: be bold and follow your heart and your emotions. Avoid reckless or moving too fast and come into your power, your own power. The time for action is now. The teaching in astrology, there are three quadruplicities: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. The cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Remember, we each have all 12 signs in our chart for different parts of our lives. It's just the way the astrology wheel works. The astrological wheel works. These are the signs that like to get things started and which are the natural leaders. No matter when you draw this card, it's a sign that something new is starting and you quite possibly need to take the lead on. What possibly started? This is my 3rd year working in a Head Start program. And of course I'm the lead teacher in the classroom. And this classroom haven't had a lead teacher for over almost a year, or over half a year, I found out. And now I'm coming to the classroom. Before I begin to take my leadership in the classroom, I just like to observe what's been going on, what's been working and what's not working. And I have been in for approximately a little over a month now. And now I'm beginning to make the changes necessary in the classroom. So I would say that card applies to my work as I have started teaching. And besides, I am working. This program is run by the school district, so that's also something new for me. Okay, the next card is flowers. Working with flowers open your heart and brings blessings to others through your life purpose. I am not a flower person. Flowers. Okay. Working with flowers open your heart and brings blessings to others through your life purpose. This card signifies your special connection to flowers whose fragrance, color, and beauty provide healing blessings. As you grow, admire, photograph, and work with blossoms, so too does your connection with the divine blossoms. Your affinity for flowers is just beginning, and spending time among them will help every part of your life blossom. You may literally work with flowers, for example, as a gardener, florist, or flower essence healer. Or it may be that spending personal time with these lovely features of the natural world sparks your creative ideas about a new career path. So whether your relationship with flower is destined to become a career or an avocation, spend time with them today. Walk through a flower shop and notice which color bloom you're drawn to. This flower holds healing properties that you need right now. If possible, take it home and spend time absorbing its colors and fragrance. Trust the flower's wisdom and power to help you upon your life purpose pathway. So now I have to make a trip to a flower store. Very interesting. That was interesting and new right there. Card number 5. It's not personal. And this is taken from the guidebook. Trust Your Vibe Oracle cards. It's not personal. To build up further immunity against negative vibration and psychic attacks and elevate the degree of good vibrations coursing through your life, take nothing you encounter in your life personally. As tempting as it may be to interpret negative behavior projected toward you as a personal, it isn't. In fact, what other people feel or do has nothing to do with you. It's a reflection of their consciousness, not yours. By choosing not to do this, you stay tuned into what's true and important to you. I know what this is about. Being impersonal doesn't mean that you are being unloving or unkind. It actually allows you to be more loving and tolerant towards those acting out because you're not engaged in defending yourself against psychic attack. It takes you to higher grounds, and it's a powerful form of psychic protection, causing everything unpleasant to slide away rather than stick to your aura and ruin your good vibes. Because my vibes are very, very much good. So remember, no matter how passionate you feel like defending yourself, let it go, relax and focus on your good vibes. This card, that's personal, and it has everything to do with the type of man that I married and his relationship with our daughter. And it does bother me that, one, I chose the wrong man to have a child by. And the sad thing about it was that, I don't know if I ever shared this, when I got pregnant, 2 years before I got pregnant, let me share this quick story. 2 years before I got pregnant, I dreamed that I was going to have a girl. And I also dreamed that I would be raising my daughter by myself. So I was already forewarned by the universe what was going to happen. But because I didn't have the knowledge at that time, I didn't take heed. And yes, as a mother who loves her children very much, I think a child deserves to have two loving parents in their life that put their child's need at first. But unfortunately, I made a bad choice because at that time, once again, I've learned late in life that I wasn't loving myself to have hooked up and married that individual. And now my child is not suffering because she does have a few good male role models in her life. One, which are her two brothers, and the other person who will be there for her if she needed is my ex-husband, my first husband. who told me if she ever need anything, that she can come to him. So my daughter has what she needed, what she needs. You know, she would have someone to take her to her first dance, to a dance. She would have someone to walk down the aisle if she should get married. She have all those things that a girl would need from their father. But it still bothers me, and I think that's something I need to let go of. I made the bad choice of sleeping with the wrong man, marrying the wrong man, and having a child by the wrong man. But nevertheless, my daughter was a gift because it was her that started me on first the religious path leading to the spiritual path. So yeah, that card is something that, you know, his lack of involvement in her life, his lack of financial support has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with him, and it's hard to deal with. But at the same time, I have to let that part go. I don't think I have completely let that part, that small piece of anger that I have towards him. Like, you could do me dirty. Why? How dare you not do right by your child because you can't have me? And, you know, it's kind of sad, but I tell you, these cards do come in handy. Like, they do make a... It's not personal. The way, the type of person he is has nothing to do with me or my daughter. It has everything to do with him, but he will have to pay the consequences because she already says she doesn't want to have anything to do with him, and she's 14 because of a lot of inconsistency and a lot of lying and everything that he has done and what he has allowed to affect his relationship with her. So that's something that he's going to have to deal with, and that makes a lot of sense. And maybe I needed to hear that. I have cut off all connections with him, which is actually good because when I did it before, me and my daughter was fine. It was when we let him back into our life that, you know, we was personally affected, and then I began to develop this anger, and I knew where it was coming from. So doing these oracle card readings is really beneficial because it gives you new insight, it gives you some inspiration, it might give you some advice, and taking key, like, I didn't make him that way. I'm not his mother, I'm not his father, and I wasn't the woman that was an enabler either, because when he started doing wrong, I was able to walk away from him. So yes, my daughter is well taken care of. She's well balanced, and I don't think I ever have to worry about her making a bad choice of being not loving herself and having low self-esteem to the point that when she chooses the wrong man because he gave her some damn attention. So let's go and move to the next card, the last card, which is a blessing in disguise, and that does come from your daily guide, your daily guidance from your angels. These in the alphabet. Yep. Okay, let's see what this has to say. What appears to be a problem is actually part of your answered prayer. You'll understand the reason behind your present situation as everything resolves. Trust in heaven's protection and infinite wisdom to answer your prayer in the best way. You sent this card to help you recognize the blessing in the midst of an apparent challenge. What you appear to have lost needed to fall away and will be replaced with something better. Have no fear for your future, but continue praying and following the guidance that comes to you through repetitive feelings, thoughts, vision, and words. Additional meanings. For this call, one door closes, another one opens. The how is up to God with respect to the best way to answer prayers, release the need to control, and predict the outcome to the situation. Trust. And on that note, I'm just going to smile at the last card because when one door closes, another one always open. Peace, blessings, a whole lot of love. God is idea. Much love given to all of you.